Yeah, it's too bad. Purdue's good though. I'm happy for Coach Painter, but it's certainly a tough day for the Dogs. Both teams were great. Both teams really competed.
Coach, Kyrie is obviously out tonight, but just how close is he to coming back?
You know, I think he feels better and better. He just doesn't quite feel 100%. So, you know, until that point, then he'll be out. There was a chance that he would play yesterday. Just didn't quite feel that. And again, we're going to make sure that he feels that way.
So that's the bar. It's kind of good too.
100, yeah.
I think I saw that Jabari Bird was active today. Is he with you guys?
He's with us. He's active. He's been cleared to play. So obviously the back, he had the back issue. That's been resolved. I don't think he can play more than 2 or 3, 4 minutes at a time right now. His wind isn't great, but you know, he's available to play if we need him in spot minutes.
And Jalen.
Danny said the other day that Gordon suffered a setback about a month and a half ago. What happened with that, I guess, and what kind of changed about his recovery after that?
It was just a typical, you know, we're doing a progression and he had some soreness out of that progression. And so it just, you know, we talk about like moving on in the alter G, running from 50% of your body weight, 60, 70, stuck at 50, take a couple steps back for a couple weeks and then resume. And probably a little bit predictable based on, you know, how he's been working and everything else. There's going to be some soreness, and I think you're measuring that too. But yeah, then that's why he resumed the alter G activity a couple weeks later.
I'm guessing
but nothing that would be you know, long-term issue or anything like that. Small.
I'm assuming you figured that Kyrie had a chance to play, which is why you brought him on the trip. Do you still think you got something out of this, or do you?
That's a good question.
Now?
I mean, you know, every meeting is important. Every walkthrough, every film session. I'm sure that you know, you take something from it. You'd rather have all your guys on the road, but sometimes because of the, you know, the opportunity for rehab and our facilities that we have and our equipment that we have, we leave them back. But for the most part, he can do everything he needs to do on the road. So, you know, it certainly doesn't hurt to have him here as far as picking things up.
Friday you said Jalen was headache-free. Any steps forward?
He's doing good through his progression so far. Still has a few days left. Don't see how he'll play Tuesday either. But you know, from everything I've heard, we're getting closer. But you know, that's all pending no setback.
With a stretch of injuries like this, do you have to change anything about how much you practice, how hard you practice, anything like that? Have you made any changes so far?
We really haven't had any practice days since, you know, the last real practice day that we had was before the Indiana game, and we walked out of there. Obviously, Jalen was hurt, but everybody else was pretty good, and we were. You know, that was still Tice, Marcus, Kyrie, everybody. So that was the last time we really practiced. Other than that, it's been walkthroughs and shoot-arounds. And, you know, it doesn't change how we would do things. If we have a practice day, it may be 3-on-3 or 4-on-4 instead of 5-on-5. It may be coaches get involved in some of the mix. But other than that, you know, we're not practicing a ton right now anyways.
What do you see in this New Orleans team right now, having lost 4 of their last 5?
Well, I mean, they've played really good teams. That happens in the NBA. That's not, you know, when you play at San Antonio, you play Houston, you know, you play those teams like that. That happens. I think the biggest thing is, you know, I think Solomon Hill coming back and being steadily more available is going to help them. I think his versatility will help. But, you know, Davis has had a ridiculous season. I think Rondo's been great. Drew Holiday looks like, you know, he's one of the better guards around again. And, you know, you just go through the list. Clark, Moore, Miller, Mirotic. They've got a lot of guys that can do things, and so it's they're good, and I'm impressed with what they've done. And obviously, the West and the playoff race in the West is incredible, and their schedule coming up is really tough, but they're really good.
Yeah, can you imagine 5 games in 6 nights?
No, I mean, and we were talking about we played the Pacers right after that rain out or whatever in here, where they had the moisture on the floor, so that would be tough. Thank you.